Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany. I am kicking off a project in this video that I'm so excited about. It's brand new, I've never done it before, and I can't wait to do this project with you starting in 2023, which is right around the corner. So let's make sure we have everything that we need to get started. Now, what is this project that I'm talking about? I'm going to be doing my first ever Crochet Along blanket project with you starting in January, and it's going to be a temperature blanket. I've never done a temperature blanket before, and I'm very intrigued about it. If you have never heard of a temperature blanket before, don't really know what a temperature blanket is, it's basically a blanket where every row that you make for the blanket, the color is determined by the temperature of the day. So by the end of the year, you have this vastly, highly colorful blanket that the color changes have been determined by the weather, which makes it so connective, so personal, and you are recording history. You're recording your area, your region for that year, which is making a memory. And some people will make a temperature blanket every single year, and it's just an amazing way to document time and create an everlasting memory that can be so incredibly special. And you know me, I'm all about making memories. I think that'll be awesome. I'm very excited, and this is going to be a great opportunity for all of us to really make a very special memory together, capturing 2023. So yeah, I've never done a temperature blanket before. I thought this would be a really fun opportunity to do this with you, but some concerns that came up for me personally was, dang, I don't want to get bored. I'm afraid that doing a temperature blanket, I would just eventually get bored of the pattern, get bored of the project, and eventually stop. So I'm like, what could I do to really spice up this project and keep my interest, keep me in it, and get me to finish the entire project? That's a year-long project, right? It's a long time. I was like, I got it. I'm going to turn this into a sampler blanket also. So this is going to be a crochet along temperature blanket / sampler blanket project that we are going to be doing together for the entire year of 2023. And what I'm going to be doing is every single month, I'm going to have a crochet stitch for the month. So for January, we will have a crochet stitch, and every row we will use the pattern, and then the color of the row will be determined by the temperature of the day. So got a couple things going on here, and it's going to be awesome. And if you're one of those people where you're like, I can't stick to it every day, I'm making a row thing, I got too much going on. I know some people that will wait till like the weekends, and every Saturday they'll go back in time and be like, okay, what was the temperature for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Write it down, and they'll just bust out 7 rows in that one day to keep up with the project. So when it comes to picking your yarn for the project, common projects for temperature blankets, they're a year-long project, so you want to make sure that the yarn that you use is a yarn that's going to be evergreen. It's going to be around all the time. You're not going to have to worry about it being seasonal. You're not going to have to worry about it being a special edition. It's just a yarn that's going to always be available to you. Feel free to pick whatever colors you want to pick. Really, if you want to make it boho or bright or pastel, go for it. I like earth tones. That's my happy place. So that's where I stuck with, is these gorgeous, gorgeous earth tones. And let me go ahead and share with you what those look like. All right, so here I have all of the colors that I've selected for my size 4 weight yarn blanket. I just fell in love with all of the colors, and that's really what sucked me in for this blanket right here, were all the colors. They just spoke to me, and that's why I picked them. I'm very excited about how these colors will play out depending on the temperature outside, how they're gonna look, and how they're going to be put together. Again, based on the temperature, not by me. And I like that because it actually takes a load off of me when it comes to what color next. I don't pick it, that's Mother Nature. So the colors that I have here are all Yarn Bee Yarn ID yarn from Hobby Lobby. I'm very excited about all of these. So what I did is I put them in order based on, for my region where I live, I am going to be doing 10-degree increments, will be represented by one color. So the sand dollar is going to represent 0 to 19 degrees because I don't get a whole lot of temperature in that area of 0 to 19. So I'm gonna stick that degree temperature range for the first one. And then 20 degrees to 29 degrees will be iron. 30 to 39 will be Indigo. 40 to 49 will be Bonny Lass. 50 to 59 will be Soft Succulent. 60 to 69 will be Oats. 70 to 79 will be Fawn. 80 to 89 will be Blue Stone. 90 to 99 degrees will be Soft Shell. And then 100 and 100 plus degrees will all be this red brick color. So I went 10-degree increments. Where I live here in Texas, I literally just experienced 11-degree temperatures, but over the summer, I had a whole month where we had a heat wave and we were over 100 degrees every single day. So where I live, the temperature range is pretty significant across the board. I think 10 skeins for me is going to be what I need to represent my region, but take into consideration where you live and if you need this many colors, or if you want to change your increments and maybe do a color change every 5 degrees or do a color change every 15 degrees. It's up to you. You kind of rule the show. What I did was I also made myself a little card here. I literally just went ahead and put temperature blanket 2023 so I know the year and I can reference this or attach it to my blanket at the end of the year to know what each color meant or represented. And I cut out some yarn and I put both the degree temperature and the name of the yarn so that way if I need to buy more, I can go back to the store and buy more. This right here is just cardstock that I folded in half to make this stronger because I tried just doing one layer and the yarn just ripped right through when I tightened it. So to make it stronger, I did two. There are some gorgeous gauges made of wood on Etsy that I found. Oh my gosh, if I had more time, I would purchase this and have this ready to go. I might even do so just to be ready to go anyways because they're so beautiful. They really are. I did mention that this is my size 4 weight yarn. I am making a second blanket because I couldn't choose between the 2 yarn colors. I fell in love. So let me show you the other yarn colors that I've picked and the size yarn that they are. All right, so over here I have my size 5 weight bulky yarn. I am just absolutely obsessed with Lion Brand 2 of Wands Hue Me yarn color tones. They're just me. They connect to me so much and I love the vibrancy of the colors. There's a little bit more color variation that I get to play with here with these colors. And for me, I have used this yarn for over a couple of years, so I feel that this yarn is going to be easily accessible to me throughout the entire year. And if I have to, if it isn't sold at Joann's where I purchased this, then I can just go onto lionbrand.com to find the yarn and order it from there and be okay. So again, pick yarn that is going to be available to you all year long, that isn't just going to be discontinued and go out of style. Be very careful with that. The colors that I have here, they start over here. And again, I have a full 10 colors for my range. So for 0 to 19 degrees, I have the color Haze. For 20 to 29 degrees, I have the color Magic Hour. 30 to 39 degrees, the color Terra. 40 to 49 degrees, the color Desert. 50 to 59 degrees, the color Toast. 60 to 69 degrees, the color Rosewater. 70 to 79 degrees, the color Artichoke. 80 to 89 degrees, the color Mustard. 90 to 99 degrees, the color Grapefruit. And 100 to 100 plus degrees, this is the color Spicy. And I made another card here, and if you can see, like right there, it actually ripped through the page because this yarn is thicker, and I'm like, dang it! So I had to add another hole punch. I had a little hole puncher that I used to hole punch, and I had to create another hole because it ripped right through right there, and you'll see that there's like a gap space right there where I had to accommodate for that. So 10 colors for me. If you want more, if you want less, your variation. Or even better yet, if you have a lot of yarn in your yarn stash and you really want to clean that out this year in 2023, maybe that's your goal. Maybe that's your objective, is to clean out your yarn stash for 2023. Do it. Find a bunch of yarn that's all the same size. That's going to be a big deal, is making sure that you're staying with the same size so that way your blanket isn't cramping or waffling in any way. And then just identify the yarn color to a temperature that you want it to be. And if you run out of a color but you still want to use what's in your stash, then just attach a second color next to the temperature that it is connected to, and maybe you'll have like yellow and purple, and both of those colors represent the same temperature. As long as you have them identified what they mean and what they represent, it's fine. Use all the yarn in your stash if you want to and just go crazy and have fun. Honestly, temperature blankets generally recommend that you use a yarn size 4 or 3, so a DK or lightweight yarn, size 3 weight, or a medium worsted Aran size 4 weight yarn for your blankets. So that's where the size 4 weight yarn really connects well with the regular average temperature blanket type project. The size 5 weight yarn is a bit on the bulky side. I just couldn't resist because I love the color so much. So what I'm going to do when I'm working up these temperature blankets with you is I'm going to be making 2. And then at the end of the year, I'm going to give away one of my blankets to one of you amazing followers of mine. It's gonna be extra special. And then to tie it off at the very end of 2023, I'll probably finish off the year by showing you how to add a border around it and really complete the whole project as a cherry on top. Guys, I am so excited about this project. If you have any other questions at all, feel free to refer to my website. I'm gonna have a whole page there designated for this Crochet Along Temperature / sampler blanket that we are going to be doing together. But I encourage you to gather all of your materials now. Get your yarn, identify your yarn by making a little card. Use the crochet hook that is recommended with the yarn size that is on your label, you know, make it easy peasy for yourself and be ready to go. January 3rd, I'm going to release my very first tutorial showing the January crochet stitch. I know it's on the 3rd, but I kind of like that because then we have an opportunity to go backwards in time and do 3 rows, so January 1st, January 2nd, and January 3rd. Using the January crochet stitch. I know a lot of us are going to be eager to dive right in and get started. So having 3 rows to get ourselves acclimated to the project, used to what we're doing, and having some fun is going to be awesome. And then every month, the last Tuesday of the month, I will release the following month's crochet stitch, so you will be prepped and ready to go. So the last Tuesday in January, I will be showing you what February's crochet stitch will be. Okay, so that way you're ready to go in February. And then the same with February. The last Tuesday in February, I'll show you March's crochet stitch. All of which you will be able to find on my website as well. Every time I release the tutorial, you will see the stitch show up or pop up on my website, crochetwithtiffany.com, underneath the Crochet Along page, along with a free PDF of the pattern that you can follow along. Guys, I'm so excited. This is gonna be so special. It's gonna be so fun. And I just can't wait to get started personally. I hope you feel the same. I look forward to seeing you on January 3rd and getting started with my first ever Crochet Along Temperature Blanket Sampler Blanket. It's gonna be great. I hope you have a beautiful day, guys, and I'll see you very soon with more information. Bye.